Oh, hey there. Market's just wrapping up. If you're looking to continue along with us in the next leg of this journey, know that we might get up to some adult situations. Things might get dark and dirty, but we gotta do what we gotta do to bring these goblins home safely. I think that... Yep. It's always one thing or another with this little kobold. Welcome back to Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice, a wider world. My name is M, and I play Haribo, Tamagotchi, changeling artificer of the group, not of this world. The question of the day is, what 3 things would be used to summon me back from the afterlife if someone wanted to speak to my spirit? And what 3 things for me? Oh boy, what 3 things? Oh man, that's the point of mentioning this beforehand, is so that while I look around myself and think what I touch mostly on a daily basis, I think that those 3 things, let's see, they would be little dime baggie of weed, because why wouldn't I come back for that? Although I bet Heaven Kush is way better, or Hell Kush. Either way, I bet the Kush is better.
Purgatory Kush is not good though.
Purgatory Kush mids. But I bet I smoke about Purgatory Kush now, let's be honest.
I'd listen to a band called Purgatory Kush.
And then I think, honestly, the other big thing, like another little dime baggie of coffee beans, like really solid coffee beans. I just enjoy, I'm very particular about my coffee. For Haribo, I think it would be his artificer's tools, because he uses them all of the time. And also a little baggie, but this little baggie is of his juniper tobacco, because why wouldn't it be? He loves that shit. He goes hard on it. He's trying to not to smoke it anymore, like we've talked about.
It's a new fact we've learned.
What is?
Did he smoke tobacco? Did I know these things?
We talked about it on an episode when it was like episode 2 or something like that. It was all smoke-related facts. Maybe even the first episode.
Oh yeah, because you guys had all quit smoking and were not pleased about it.
yeah, and it's still a path I'm on, and a path that I guess I'm putting Haribo on as well, because why wouldn't I put him on the same path I'm on? So yeah.
Hi, my name is Lawrence, and I play the gelatinous bard Sparkleoneous. To summon me, you would need these things 3: gray beanie, nope, the rest of the other 2 aren't gonna rhyme. A single joint and a beat up pair of black Vans, baby.
Good choice.
To summon Sparkleoneous, you would need these things 3. You need Mama's chutney, and the other 2 aren't gonna rhyme. A bathtub, and a horn. The thing he's got inside of him all the time.
And a horn.
Very nice. My name is Grace Stringer, and I play our necrotizing cleric, Margery Ridgeback. And my 3 things for me would probably be one of my cats, a very yummy vanilla latte, and a nicely packed bowl with a little bit of keef on top, maybe a little bit. Listen.
I love it.
This is not a straight edge podcast, everyone.
So far, we don't smoke weed here.
No. Mm-mm. And then for Margery, I think it would be her holy symbol, which is a little gator skull, a scarf, the undead ferret who's about to get some armor, hopefully when we come back. And I think that's it. I think she's a simple gal. She really doesn't have much.
And I am Michael. I play the mountain dwarven fighter, Thaddeus Ofkoot. And to summon me from the afterlife, it would mostly be food-based, because I'm a food-based creature. So it would be a croissant with Nutella on it, a cheeseburger from Whataburger, and the sound of my partner saying my name.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
That is beautiful. Wow.
So for Thaddeus, would probably for Thaddeus it would be a mug of chilled dwarven mead and the sound of X's ringing together.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
that was romantic.
Amazing.
Michael. I'm swept away.
10 of 10. I'm swept away as well.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm Theodore Stringer, Game Master, all the other characters. Here to play summoning game. Let's see. To summon me, you would need a big hard-covered book, thicker the better, a comfortable graphic t-shirt, and a big mug of tea. There it is. Any bookshop. Summoning circle. Boom.
Open the door of a bookshop and you'll feel Gabe in the wind.
Unless you get a paperback, then no, he'll look at you in disdain.
All right. When last we were gaming, it was market day. We had just about wrapped up all of the market day things that we were doing. Seemed primarily peaceful, perfectly pleasant, until an ear-splitting screech rends the air, and everyone turns around and sees Gib, who has run out of the gems and jewels merchant tent. We don't see any jewels, but he's got some gems. And there he is, out in the middle of everything. I think Thaddeus is pretty close to the scene. I'm not actually sure where the rest of you guys are at during the closing of market day.
Haribo had just entered back into the market after his walk with Wilhelm Fella to go meet up with Thaddeus. I actually think this was maybe through his eyeballs.
Me and Sparkleoneous had just exited the front door of What's-Her-Face's place.
True.
Perfect. That is where I thought you were.
Irene's, whatever, general store.
Grand shop.
So Sparkleoneous is within full view of Gib over there, yeah?
You're not terribly far away. I'd say you're probably 20 feet from, like, the ring of stalls, and then the ring of, like, people that's forming around Gib.
Sparkleoneous is gonna say, "Oh, hey, Gib," and then I'm gonna cast Hold Person, so please give me a wisdom check, please. I gotta get on the road. Let's get this thing solved.
Will do. Sister of mine, just sort of a by the by, your urchin instincts are urching. Your sweet buddy Gib has created an excellent distraction, and also pointed out where the good loot is to be found. You have a moment where you might be able to sneak into that exact same tent or one of the other ones and just sort of make off with something while everyone's looking at poor old Gib.
What are the other tents that are nearby? Just out of question. What is next door to the Jewels and Gems?
Next door to the Jewels and Gems is the, like, books and maps. And then one more down from the books and maps is, like, meat skewers, like meat sticks.
Yeah, I'm going to swing by the Tasty Foods. And maybe grab a little snack.
For some meat sticks.
A little snacky for me, for some wagon food. A little secret wagon snack for Margery.
Secret wagon snack.
Street Rat's secret wagon snack.
That's very good.
Street Rat's secret
rat snack. If she doesn't get this, she's just gonna eat a rat again, guys.
You never ate a rat. Hey, hang on. Did I don't think I ate a rat.
You only cooked it.
I was gonna say, yeah.
What else would you do after you cooked the rat? Did you just cook it to throw it away? That's evil, Margery.
I am evil. I probably ate the rat. Do I have to roll something?
Yeah. It would be sleight of hand or stealth, and you would have advantage. Meanwhile, Gib is restrained with a wisdom save.
Haribo, having just entered this market circle, seeing Gib be restrained up in the air, looks around.
I got a 16 on my save.
Oh.
Wow, Gib's never been smarter.
Well,
wiser.
I think you passed. I think I've only got like 15.
Oh dang! Gib poses as if he's been bound, and then he looks down at himself and acts by instinct and runs away.
No. Haribo is up here at this point. Maybe I can make a check of some kind anyway.
Thaddeus is in pursuit as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to put a hand on Gib's shoulder and say, hold on now. We're not here to loot. You know that this is the town. We told you to behave yourself. What was the person's, did I catch the merchant's name?
Here. I don't actually know that we did get a name out of the gems and jewels merchant.
Okay, I say, good sir, I do apologize. We have befriended this kobold recently, and we are trying to teach him the proper ways of society, and I would say that this is more of a slip-up on our part. I will assure to you, he will, and I look at Gib, return all of the gems and jewels he has taken, because he's not a big fan of being on a leash, is he?
He's not exactly house-trained.
I don't like the leash.
He does not like the leash. So, as I was saying, he probably would like to return all these gems and jewels because we are just about to leave town, and I think he would like to be free of the leash as we do so. Ain't that right, Gib?
Nobody likes infamous Gib.
And you know what? I think as sort of a punishment, whatever cut Gib has coming to him, I will take a percentage of and return to you next market day.
Gib looks heartbroken. The Gems and Jewels merchant puts out their gauntleted hand, and like a slot opens up, just revealing darkness within. And Gib reluctantly drops the jewels into the slot. When he is finished,
I say, hold on 1 second, Gib. Is that all of them?
Gib nods.
I want to make an insight check.
All right, insight away.
12.
Margery, do you want Gib to give them all away?
Oh, do I?
No, I just want to know if I know.
He just is trying to see if he catches Gib trying to keep any.
Yes.
Okay, I say I trust him. That is all of the gems that he has taken, at least. I imagine he caused some sort of kerfuffle.
The gauntleted fist closes, and the figure raises it, brings it down sharply on the top of Gib's head.
Oh, hold on. I would like to take
And then they...
I would like to make a check to catch that. I do not... No way does he attack Gib. Unless you're saying it's like a pat. If he's slapping Gib's head, I would like to stop that.
Well, then try and stop it.
Okay.
Just trying to knock some sense into him. Nuisance humanoid.
Do I have athletics? I don't think I do. I don't. So I got a 15.
You try, you lunge for it, but you miss your chance. And your hand whiffs past the descending fist just as it's coming down, and it does thonk down right onto Gib's head. And
Well, I don't believe he will be. I shove my way in between
Gib
them.
runs away. Gib tries to run and hide in the kissing booth.
I say, well, now, I do appreciate the deals that you have given me, but I will be rescinding the offer of my friend's cut. That was unnecessary violence on your part. And I don't believe that we will be, what do you call it, not merchandising, what do you, not, like, when you commerce, when you, like...
Patronizing.
Hey, we will not be, thank you. I don't believe that we will be patronizing your establishment any further. Good day, I say, and I turn around.
Don't kiss Gib, Boston. Don't kiss the kobold.
While this is happening, I rolled a 21 on my sleight of hand.
Yeah, you just make like you make like a pouch with your cloak and just a whole rack of the meat sticks. Just shoot right on in there. The meat stick guy, none the wiser. You even get... How would they have sauce? What would they put the sauce in?
A jar.
A jar, yes, sure. Yes, you also snag 3 little jars of fantasy barbecue sauce.
Hell yeah. What a good
Yeah.
market day, everybody. Marjorie's in a great mood.
Well, hold on. Now Haribo has to run and find Gib.
He's in the kissing booth.
Yeah, I mean, Haribo runs over to the kissing booth. And he peeks his head in. Gib, are you all right?
Yep, I'm all good.
I know that was tough out there, and I know that we have only been together for a little bit, but we are working on improving you and your group's standings, and that means that you can't be just taking everything in sight. I have rescinded the offer to that merchant of whatever cut you will receive. You still will receive your full cut. You are a member of our team, but you have to act like a member of our team.
I love gentle parenting at Kobold. It's great.
Yeah, Gib, we live here. Come on, man.
If you're gonna steal,
Not cool.
steal
Not
from somewhere we
cool.
don't live. I'm sure that Margery might know something.
Don't steal from there either. Don't steal from there either. I don't live here and I don't steal.
That's a good point. Anyway, I'm sorry
just stealing
that
from people which don't live here.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. But we live here, and we have to produce an image that we can be respected and be allowed to live here. We need a place to store all the things we steal out there. Exactly. Yeah. Well.
Marjorie's in the background nodding. No one's looking at her, but she's nodding.
furiously.
Not furious. It just
And eating a meat skewer.
Yep. I dip it in the sauce. I've earned it.
I've earned it.
All right, yeah. And Haribo holds up, I guess, a hand, and he says, I think we're leaving town here in the morning, so make sure that you get some good rest tonight.
Slumber party at Haribo's? I don't know if they're going to let us at the inn again.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to spend another. We can absolutely prepare for the road trip out at my yurt. We don't have to spend any more precious money
I think that's
here in
probably
town.
a decent idea. The inn is probably full of merchants.
That's a good point.
And their retainers. There's even like a small
It's a great
tent
point.
settlement has sprung up outside the wall to house all the different folks that are temporary arrivals. So you guys hightail it out of there. You take Barson's insect camel Stuve, and his wagon's still labeled and adorned with kissing booth accoutrement. You guys head out to Haribo's yurt. How do the four of you spend your final evening before your journey?
Haribo at least pulls down all of the walls. Well, not pulls down, but, like slides them open to like make the inside of his yurt one big open room for the slumber party.
Smart. You don't want any doors between you and Gib at night when he's going to go through all your pantries and stuff.
I do apologize. He leaves his own private quarters up because he always leaves his. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he leave his own private quarters up?
So, everyone, I think we should come up with a plan of what to say if anyone asks us what we're doing.
What do you mean?
We're your background. We could be your background people.
We don't want anyone to know that we're going on a mission to
we
rescue
could be a band.
goblins from
A
old
band.
Iron
Secret.
Teeth or whatever his name is.
Iron Bones.
I'm not averse to acting as your backup entourage, but they already should be aware, I'd imagine, that we are coming. We have not been particularly coy up to this point.
I just don't want any rumors to be floating around. The less prepared they are, the better. Also,
Wait,
if I remember my math.
How would they know that you're coming?
That creepy bald thing, the golem guy.
The gray dude escaped.
Oh yeah, the
The
gray
dude escaped on a lizard, on a quick, fast lizard.
He's related to the monk. But what they don't know is that if we leave tomorrow morning and we go at full speed the whole time, we'll beat them by 2 days.
But will Stuve be okay?
Eventually.
Mm.
Who is Stuve?
The camel.
Hard to
The
tell.
camel that drives
Camels
Margery
always look
Dawson's
irritating.
wagon.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to drive Stuve hard.
The camel
but-
that has
What, 6 legs?
6 legs, yeah.
Yeah.
4
Six.
humps? Something like that.
Yeah.
4 humps, 6 legs. He's built for speed. I think he's
He's
actually
built
built for like
ability.
carrying capacity.
The
Camels
amount
are
of
not
humps is
built for
actually
speed.
aerodynamic.
Camels are built to endure on the sand. Not the
Built for
woods.
endurance.
This one's
Forest
built.
camel.
I don't know. It's like the luxury sedan of camels. He'd have cup holders if he was a car.
He's had cup holders.
Before
So,
bed.
What are
Haribo-
we
oh.
going to say?
I mean,
Oh, Boise.
we have the easy out of being your entourage. Does anyone even
I do
have
like
another?
undercover bands.
Right? I
Can
think
anyone
it's
play
fun.
anything?
No.
I can do a mean
Thaddeus would be
triangle.
your security, so he doesn't need to play an instrument. He's
Alright.
security.
The belt has its own functions that are akin to, I don't know if you have anything like this around here, but we call them synthesizers where I'm from.
Your belt
Yeah.
is making a weird noise.
Haribo plays the synth.
Don't do that ever again.
You see him put his hand over his belt and it goes...
Should I
No,
roll to
no,
see
I
if I have
hated
any hidden musical talent? I don't know. I'm gonna roll, and Gabe will tell me. Gabe will decide.
I could also whip up some instruments for all of us to play behind Sparkleoneous.
I rolled a 16 on do I have a musical talent?
Well, great, you can play the mouth flute.
Excellent. As opposed to the butt flute?
That's what you get if you lower. It's lower than 15.
You didn't want lower than 15.
Thank God. So a synth, a horn, a mouth flute, and security. And Barson
Well,
makes
And
5.
Gib, you're going to play the mouth hop.
Ow.
I
Give
could
him a try.
again. I
That's-
could make
That's
an
the sound that the
instrument.
mouth hop makes. Ow.
I have
Yeah,
tons
Haribo,
of
you have
tools around
you've
here.
got, what, like 6 hours before like you guys sleep or leave or whatever?
Yeah.
sure.
I've got a ton of time. I could whip up something. Gib, what?
What size is your mouth?
Really
yeah,
big,
you know,
and I want
you know,
something.
Yeah.
give me just give me a few. And Haribo takes some measurements, all of Gibbs' measurements, weird measurements you wouldn't think, because he's going to spend some time in his private quarters. Haribo says, I'll have this ready in the morning.
Don't go there. Don't go there, Grace.
And it's like the worst time. It's honestly the worst
No,
time
you
for you to
didn't
be
have
going
to.
there, because as Haribo gets close to his door, he takes off his cloth overalls and he has a pair of silk boxers on underneath. He folds up the cloth overalls and he nods at you all and he says, "Good night. I will see you in the morning." And he puts his silk overalls on a little table outside his door and he enters into his room and he closes the door behind him.
Did that guy just take his pants off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not really
I'm
sure why he
assuming
did that in that order.
some male dominance thing, I'm assuming. I don't
Yes, he was flexing.
It's like he's marking his territory.
know. Margery is wedged in the corner where she can see all the doors, and she's got a scarf in her lap.
I never wear a shirt. I'm the
Or-
most masculine of everyone.
He didn't take off his shirt, he took off his pants. He's never wearing a shirt.
Took off the overalls entirely.
I don't wear pants either.
Do you have a gender? Do you have a gender, Sparkleoneous? I never asked talked about this, but
I'm made of Sparkleoneous stuff.
I think we did. He's Sparkleoneous, Sparkleonii. I actually think we did cover that, wildly
Did we?
enough.
I Sparkleone am.
Baloney am.
Barson, can you get the bucket for me?
The bucket?
Yeah, I want to have a little lie down.
Oh, the bucket. Yes, indeed. And he goes and he gets you the bucket.
Thanks, Barson.
Pretty big bucket.
And
It's like a
Sparkleoneous climbs in
bathtub.
and just ooze out.
what the pot?
The pot's in there too.
Never caught unawares. How does Thaddeus sleep?
Now, first, Thaddeus is going to check all his gear to make sure everything's in order before he lays down. And he's against one of the, it's a yurt, so it's rounded walls. He will roll on a bedroll and just flop down and sleep.
Yeah, I can imagine Thaddeus leaning up against one of the, I think the yurt would have pillars in the middle, so there's that to lean up against
yeah.
to face the door and work on your gear.
Yeah.
Haribo stays up entirely too late making this thing.
This give
How
thing.
Haribo forgot
Is
that.
this instruments or is this... Oh, okay, this is whatever the measurements became.
Yeah, instruments, what he set out to make, definitely.
Full body mouth harp.
Haribo forgot they said mouth harp when he walked into his room
What did he
because
make
he was too excited. In the morning, whoever is asleep awakens to the sound of Haribo practicing on this new instrument. I guess, should I make some sort of check to see how well I've made this instrument?
Yeah, does he go for mouth flute, but he gets butt flute instead?
No,
Yeah, sure,
I'm
why
not
not? Make a
playing
check.
the butt flute.
So he versus
Gib can
butt
play
flute.
that. His butt is out all the time. He can play the butt flute.
Is this, I don't know, what is this? What stat is this based on?
See, if I was thinking about this in Baldur's Gate 3, this would just be a check labeled Artificer.
Do you think that's off of my intelligence? Because it would still be
Is
tied
it
to a stat.
Performance?
I think what we did for knowledge technology, we did investigation because it was intelligence based and I would have
I
proficiency
think that
in
still
it.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then an 18 to make this fun little instrument, and what you guys wake up to the
pretty good.
sound of, it's kind of the sound of a harmonica. You get that that sound of all of the reeds being hit at once by this noise, and Haribo comes strolling out of his room, I guess in a new pair of silk boxers. He has strapped around his waist and is his shoulders like an accordion, but when he pushes and pulls, it pushes air through some spinning bowls. It's like a mixture of the spinning bowl thing and an accordion, and he comes out, and as he pushes and pulls with a bellows thing, it spins these bowls and rubs them up against a wet cloth, and it makes that spinning, when you rub a finger around a glass, it's like that.
Just out playing that in your underoos, huh?
Yeah, after he finishes his how good is the performance? The same. It's a 16. After he finishes his moderate performance with his fun tool, he takes it off and he puts on his cloth overalls. And he says, I made this just for your frame, Gib. You press these buttons, you can have it adjust slightly, play a few different notes. But this'll really surprise him. No one's ever seen an instrument like this before.
So yeah, they'll never see this coming.
This is what they call the mouth harp. I didn't know.
Oh.
Did you make anything
Gib,
for me?
Do you lick it or
Whole body mouth harp.
Depression.
Of course I did, Margery. Give me just 1 second. And
It's
Haribo
alright. I can
runs
clap.
back into his room and you hear some clanging around and he comes out with like... It's like a clarinet, but on the end is like, I don't know, just like a different brass horn.
It's a
He's
recorder.
like, it's definitely a recorder.
Yeah, I was thinking just like a stick with a hole drilled through it.
Stick with a hole drilled
It's
through
like
it.
a recorder with like a bicycle horn attached to the end, so you just put your finger on the holes and squeeze it.
And he said, I spent an equal amount of time on making both of these instruments, one for Gib and one for you. And this one is what I made for you.
You know, for some reason, I don't believe you, but I will treasure this. What is this called?
The mouth recorder.
Squeeze horn.
Squeeze horn.
Squeeze horn. Didn't have this in the city where I'm from, but all right.
I'll tell you, no city has this, Margery.
I make it honk a few times just out of curiosity.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about what it sounds like. And if you put your finger over a different hole, it makes that sound slightly different.
Awesome. Imagine like down the line, level 15 characters, we're all trapped by a villain, and all of a sudden down the hall we hear, we know she's coming to save us. We know it.
I'm
sound of your-
waiting
of
for,
your turn.
not, 3 levels down the line where we're trying to do something stealthy. And
I was
we
about to say,
roll
is there a stealth mode for this horn? Can I pop the horn part off and just like
Push all the air out and just hold it.
No, you cannot take it apart. It will not go back together the same way. And like I said, I definitely spent all night getting it together, just like this.
Oh, not my treasured gift. Oh man. Wait.
I don't know how Gibbs gonna keep his contraption from breaking.
He's just a little crocodile boy. He doesn't know.
He's got to keep it. Gib, I would recommend you keeping this in the cart while we're traveling, but bring it out for performances and practice.
I'll
You're
keep
gonna
it
have
in
to practice.
Sparkleoneous' bed.
Right.
Yeah, that
Sure,
sounds good
that's
to
a
me. I
great
don't need
place
it
for
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. He
By
does
the
so.
way, what's it made of?
Wood, metal, and glass.
All right.
If you ever get starving, just let me know. I would hate to part with this precious horn, squeeze horn, but I do understand if you are starving, if you need to eat.
No, that's all right. You need to practice. All right. Everyone, who's about ready to jump up on the tool bus, as it were?
Arvo gets in
I mean-
with all his tools.
Here I go.
We just woke up, to be fair.
Yeah.
We woke up in his underoos playing the accordion.
Yeah. Let Haribo at least make some brekkie.
Sometimes I forget because I only meditate for 4 hours. Then I just sit in the bucket for hours.
How do you not eat the bucket?
It's made of metal.
Yeah, Haribo makes some brekkie and some coffee for everyone. Do you drink coffee, Sparkleoneous?
You can throw it at me.
Haribo picks up the entire pot of coffee.
No.
No, wait.
You remember in the bar when the Lord tried that dirty
He
trick?
wasn't there, but I was.
I will have a single cup.
He puts the
You'll
pot
get the
down
cup
and pours
back
you a
later.
cup. You'll get the cup back later. He pours it into a metal cup for you. And then we load up the cart.
Which way are we going again? This is me
The
asking.
mountains, I think.
At this point, I've gotten my west and my east confused too many
Yeah.
times to ever remember
Maybe
again.
let's forget the cardinal directions. Who are we going to go save first? We're going to the mountain, right? To go save all the goblins, not the goblin
Yes.
elder.
Yeah, we're chasing after the remainder of the goblin village. who we think have been taken by some mercenaries back to their complicated mine.
Correct.
And there is a goblin elder that's somewhere else?
The other way, yes.
Yeah, she's been taken to the monk, but we've decided to go this way.
Okay, so they don't know we're coming. The goblin guy works with the monk, and the monk is not the direction we're going.
The monk knows that, all the monk knows is that we have assaulted the Diggins. That's really all the monk knows. So after that, it's up to the monk to think, where would we go next if we were to still assault this plan? And I imagine that he would probably assume we would go after the leader. And him, yeah, actually, yeah.
Nope,
he would
go into the labyrinth.
Yeah, he would hike his own defenses because all the other people are beyond the labyrinth where they're already defended. Why the fuck would we go there? I say, on the way there.
Well, too late now.
Gotta save that village. It takes a village for Koyak.
I still think this is the right idea for sure. But he, at least from my POV, should be focused on his own defenses, because why wouldn't we come to him after that?
Yeah, no, the goblins are busy. The goblins are trying out some of the new building techniques that you taught them the last time you were talking to Koryak. It is 10 days travel to this mountain. The first few days, we travel through woods, through the forest, and I think that we'll probably do some random encounters, just some survival rolls from whoever wants to drive the wagon, or at least sit next to Barson and keep him awake.
I have +5 to survival. I can roll.
Give it a shot, Margery.
Margery, we need your urchin senses.
My urchin senses, that would be a dirty 20.
Nice.
My peepers are peeping all the things.
Very nice. Yeah, hell yeah.
Maybe I even drive for a bit, and Barson sleeps because I get so good at driving Stuve, and he loves me. Grace really wants Stuve to love her.
Well, that's unfortunate because Grace isn't in and of this world.
Stuve doesn't know Grace.
No, Stuve will never know.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You guys are journeying. I think the thing that we see with Grace's number. Grace, you are driving.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna just do these in I think a few different little montage moments. We'll see what comes of them.
I thought Grace didn't exist in this world.
Yep, that's true. Margery, you're driving.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Barson's asleep. It is nighttime on our first evening. We knew our way through the forest. We've been through here a few different times. It hasn't been an eventful day. But this evening, you see blue glowing mushrooms. And they're on the trail. They're growing out of the trail. And every time that there's a break in the trail, these mushrooms are also going the way that you're going. And they do this for a few different forks in the trail, and then at a place where there's not a fork in the trail, the mushrooms go off the trail. And as you are sort of parallel to this point, you look off the road, you see the mushrooms go off the trail for a bit, and then they form a medium-sized ring.
Hey, I turn around my shoulder and I see who's awake.
Any night owls?
Yeah, Haribo's awake in the back of the wagon.
Hey, Haribo, what do you think about these mushrooms?
Oh, the mushrooms? No, from my experience here, before I was in Decrum, I spent some time with some folk that they like to use these tricky, trappy mushrooms to, trap travelers. I think 100% we should be avoiding these. They are most definitely a trap, most definitely.
Elves?
No, the Fae, I think they called themselves.
Can I roll to perceive the mushrooms? Can I roll survival if I know anything about looking at them?
And I'd like to roll history just to see if what I am saying is actually right. This is kind of this is what I feel, but I'm not actually 100% sure if I'm remembering it accurately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. Haribo, you roll history, and sure, survival.
It's a 19.
I'm looking at a 12.
That +5 really saves me, man.
Okay. I think with a 12, Haribo, you've heard tales in the tavern about mushroom circles and how they can sometimes be gateways, but they are definitely a Fae thing.
So Haribo has actually spent about a year, like I said, of the time that he's past year he's been in Decrum, but the time before that, since he's come to this place, he spent about a year in the Fey Wilds. kind of traversing the woods and meeting the folk there.
How do you not believe in magic then? Like, that's the most magic.
What do you think it is then?
Haribo has convinced himself that it is like natural reactions amongst like reagents and, you know, like the way that this material would react to, say, like oxygen. Maybe it glows and it brightens, or maybe the way that this plant reacts to blood, it like seeps up the poison. He hasn't put in the research and the like study he thinks it would take to understand these reactions, because his focus is elsewhere, but he does think that if he does put in the study, kind of like a biologist, that he would absolutely understand this, and that the people using magic are just under this incorrect assumption.
He think Gateway just whole?
Yeah, how'd you get out?
Oh, I don't think he entered either through like a mushroom circle. I think he entered through one of those ways of like lost travelers in the woods, like mist overtakes you and you find yourself in the Feywild.
Okay, just through a thin spot.
Exactly, yeah, like a thin spot. And I think I exited much the same way. Like I was out collecting reagents one day or something along those lines, and all of a sudden I found myself going back through that barrier, you know, like unknown to me or whatever, but nearby, maybe Dekrum, in the same kind of area that I found my way there pretty quickly.
So somewhere there's a yurt in the Feywild?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same. I think it's an identical copy of Haribo's yurt, just in a Feywild right outside of some town.
Okay, well, fun. So, you know that mushroom circles can be, they generally either traps or at least something that you didn't expect to happen, even if it's not a bad thing. Margery, you know these mushrooms, but they don't usually glow like this. That's super weird, and maybe worth investigating.
Okay. Is this an arcana or just plain old investigation?
Either could produce interesting results.
Oh, well, I'll just do investigation because maybe it'll tell me.
Yeah, get up in there and rummage around in those mushrooms.
I don't want to like rummage.
Whatever you do, make sure you do not enter them.
I guess that's true.
You enter the circle?
No, I absolutely do not.
Can we tie a rope to Margery?
I turn around and wake up everyone in the back of the cart. Guys, there is something I think we need to see up here.
Oh,
Yeah, what's going on?
Those mushrooms are glowing.
That is exactly what I think we need to take a peek at. Margery is pretty insistent that we check out these mushrooms, and I think they are some sort of fey trap.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really going to be a shortcut, is it?
I rolled a 15 on investigation. I don't want to go in the circle.
I turn around while saying all this to the crew to say, right, Margery, and Margery's already like backing into the circle or back and like going down that path.
I'm not touching them. I'm just looking.
Not touching it.
You're not
touching.
Giving it.
My peepers are
peeping. You're peeping.
I'm not touching you.
With an extra close look but not touch, you hop out of the wagon and you are slowly circling the group of mushrooms here, and you discover like a bindle on the other side of the mushroom circle.
Oh, like someone's little abandoned bindle stick?
Yeah.
Oh, free stuff. It's not in the circle, it's on the other side of the circle.
Just on the outside of the circle.
So there's nothing else I see?
No, bindle in the dark, glowing mushrooms.
Well, I don't like the looks of that.
I know the Dario, bindle in the dark.
My curiosity has run its course. I don't trust this bindle in the dark. I turn and I say, hey guys, look at this bindle. What do you think? I should just leave it, right? Leave the bindle?
I think it's a lure. And I do not think that you should touch it, Haribo yells from the wagon.
I didn't think so either. I just want to double check. But all right, I guess we'll move on. No more mushrooms. I skirt around the mushrooms and I crawl back up into the driver's seat.
All right, neat.
Sparkleoneous is gonna do an Arcana check. Sparkleoneous wants a little bit more information. Sparkleoneous didn't want it that bad, but it is still 17.
Now he's looking at it. He's a little intrigued.
His upper part of his torso is leaning out the back of the cart and looking very closely.
Let's see, 17 Arcana on the mushrooms or the bindle or just like the whole shit?
The mushroom trail.
No bindle.
Yeah, this feels like some magic moon mushrooms type stuff. It's like glowing night mushrooms with some sort of an arcane connection. It is probably some Feywild stuff. I mean, it's a mushroom circle. As far as you can tell, the bindle's not part of it.
I'm not going to lie, everyone. As far as I can tell, the bindle is unrelated.
Then you go touch it.
No, I don't think I will. I'm very
Let's
comfortable
just
here.
keep moving.
I'm very comfortable here in the
Cars
wagon.
Roll on down the road.
All right.
Anybody
further
got a
on down the road.
lasso?
Barton
He
doesn't
says
want
as
to go
we
touch
cart
it.
away.
Haribo's already
All
back
right,
to
boss.
working
We're
on
gonna
his
drive the
trinkets.
cart away. We're just, go back to sleep, boss. Okay, I think we do perhaps one more day. Go through the forest. I think on this day, we check back in with the kobolds because the path that we are taking is as close as we're going to get, is like sort of an hour out of our way to go and at least get to the mouth of the waterfall.
Fantastic idea.
And so you guys head over, at least some of you go and check in with the kobolds. And when you arrive, the kobolds, I think they're doing like drills. I think they're doing some of the drills that Thaddeus taught them before you guys.
This would make
Last time.
make Thaddeus quite happy to see their drilling.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Gwib.
they're drilling.
Gwib comes too.
And I think I'll also say that some of them have like little bits of flair that they didn't have before.
Yes, individuality.
Like on their person or in their drills?
On their person. The drills are
Okay.
pretty solid. The drills they at least look coordinated. I don't know if they are skilled, but they're definitely doing them all at the same time.
All right.
Haribo would like to at least situate with the Purple Kobold about our timeline while we're here stopping in. We'll be gone for, I don't know, another fortnight or so. 10 days, 10 to 12 days before we return. And our timeline is kind of set. In that time, we kind of need you guys to be ready. We saw that you were beginning these drills, and that is fantastic. But you must keep at it while we are gone.
Akvik gives his confirmation. He nods and he says, "Yeah, I think we can definitely do that."
I think we can, Atrick. I
The
think we
merchants
can.
was so grateful that we weren't there to rob them that they threw us little bits of stuff.
That's fantastic, Atrick. See, we can actually develop some form of payment if we can even get you.
Yeah, it wasn't
helping.
money, which was too bad because we still got money problems. Who doesn't?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, it
Takes
was
a little
cool.
bit.
Yeah, I got a kerchief. He pulls on his kerchief. It's yellow.
Oh, is that all this flair you guys are wearing?
They just threw stuff to us. I think it might be bribes, but they were really happy that the bribes worked.
Well, I'll be. Yeah, we'll just keep right down this path. Eventually, they will be throwing money your way.
Oh, I hope so. The dream of having money thrown at me.
Atrick, I can tell you right now, we even have a second way that you might have money thrown at you. So I need you to be
What?
serious with me. I need you to shoot straight. I need no effing and jeffing.
Second money throwing?
Is everyone off book? Don't lie to me. I'll know. Scene 3, Act 2! I'm just kidding.
Slow horror dawns on Akvik's face. Because he rolled a 2, and they entirely forgot about the merchant of this. They were very, very focused on their drills.
If you want money, you need to be both powerful and cultured. I expect better when we return.
He is correct. You need to diversify your portfolio.
Oh.
The warrior poets of our time.
We'll see what we can do. And he runs back over to the kobolds and he gets them all in a huddle and starts talking.
Alright, I think I've made my point. I think you made a pretty good one too, Haribo.
Yeah, back on the road. Thaddeus, is there any new drills we should show them before we depart? Any intermediate drills?
But they've got the fundamentals down. He would show them the next steps. So the intermediate pieces they can practice.
You've taught them individual drills. Maybe you teach them a couple of team-based things, since coordination seems to be the watchword with these little guys.
Yeah, indeed.
You know how to bend down behind someone and push them over the other person?
You also know how to bend down and make your back like a springboard for the guy behind you. before you leave, you manage to get them into a spot where their timing is such that you can get 2 on each other's backs, being springboards for a third guy to go like super high.
Yo.
There we go. We can get him up into the trees from now.
You can just launch a dude. Yeah, and I think perhaps, I mean, if you want to make some more time, you can make some more time. If you want to camp with the kobolds.
Yeah, we simply must get going. I think we have spent enough time here. Practice what we have taught you. Get off book. I look at Atric, and we will return in, 10 to 14 days.
You guys camp that night in, I would say, Thaddeus, this is the last forest landmark that you're aware of, like the furthest from town that's still in the forest. And This is a grove containing a massive tree ant who has not made sound nor movement in as long as there's been memory. But this guy's like, he's a tree ant perhaps 20 feet in diameter. Like, he's a big friend.
Well, then we just want to be respectful camping near the tree ant.
Yeah, he's been an excellent landmark, and there's a little campsite and fire pit. People have even put up there's rocks that make the fire pit, and that has been like decently maintained, just out from under the cap of the tree and boughs. And you guys, make camp there. The next stretch, when you come out of the forest, you come into more hilly territory. And I think once you come out of the forest, you see the mountain in the distance. The next few days are fairly plain road.
Mountain getting ever closer in the distance. That's really cool.
Mountain getting ever closer in the distance.
Can we see from here, or do we know if the mountain is just a lone mountain in the middle of these plains, or is there like a little cusp of woods around it? I'm just thinking for like approach-wise. Can we even see that from here?
I don't know that you'd be able to see from here what the base of the mountain looks like. Based on the environment that you're in right now, it looks like it's going to be pretty sparse. There may be some scrub, but not a lot of forest. It also looks like it is going to be a lone mountain. And I think the next few days, if anyone wants to make a check, or I can just monologue our way through.
Yeah, let's see what Haribo can do. He's interested in this area. This is a direction he's never come before. He's going to do a survival check here. He's not that great at it. Oh, he doesn't need to be that great at it. 19. Actually, you know what? Haribo, when he is on the lookout, he's not on the lookout for, like, survival-y things like Margery is. I think that check is going to be directed at, like, looking at the makeup of the area, seeing if there's any new ingredients or ores or materials that he can maybe utilize in any of his artificer stuff, not just his belt, of course.
Then I will roll for the survival things while you weave a tale.
Because I need to keep us alive. Yeah, I'm sorry, Haribo's not focused on our livelihood.
It's alright, because I rolled a 22.
Dang, Grace, keep us alive.
Yeah.
+5, man, it really helps.
Yeah, I've only got +1. I got lucky on that.
Okay. With a 22, you notice, Margery, a steady but slow decline in the general quality of the road or any signpost or any sort of markings of habitation. The further you go this direction, the more poorly they have been maintained. As for Haribo, I think there's a few portions along the way where you bring the cart to a halt because you see something interesting about the soil or about a certain exposed chunk of rock, and you have like different little bottles or whatever on your person for taking samples. And I think that's what this is for you, is that you pick up a few samples of things of just like dirt to everybody else. Next time you're either in your yurt, or if that's a thing that you can do mobily, you can like analyze this stuff.
Yeah, in my artificer's belt, I got this little set of like little rock picks, and so as I find these little rocks that have like strange markings or like growth patterns coming up out of them, I like jump out and go over and chisel a little bit off into these little vials. I think the belt can analyze them, but I don't think that I can like do anything with like I don't know. Actually, my smelter is mobile, so I might have my smelter in the cart with us.
Oh, dang. Are you just like...
I'm not
blacksmithing
using
in
it
the-
now. I think it's a
Okay.
nighttime usage. It's definitely not while we're moving, but I can get it going while we're at, like, camp, I think. It requires some time to get up and moving, and it's dangerous if we're mobile. If it tips over, the cart's fucked. It's not like I can pick up the smelter with my hands and then throw it out the cart or something. So,
Not to mention whoever it may fall on.
right.
I think it is just past halfway through the journey when it occurs to you that it might be wise to start. We're advancing on the hideout of a band of mercenaries.
So definitely night guards, 100%.
Yeah, we figure that the last 2 days probably we will be in territory that is being patrolled in some form or fashion. We're not quite there yet, but we don't know where the bandits are.
Okay, actually, here's a question also for while we're traveling. Do we see any notes of other things, like stacks of smoke coming up from other locations, as if there's a camp nearby in between us and the mountain? Any indications of like a group or a camp?
Yeah, I think on perhaps the 4th or 5th night, you see a spire of smoke like fairly far off, about as far away as you can see it. And as you get closer, perhaps on the 6th or 7th night, I'd say on the 6th night, you see 2 spires of smoke fairly far away.
Haribo around campfire this night, the 6th night, says, Thaddeus, what do you think? It looks like we might have some camps in between here and there. Should we continue to approach from the road or what?
Far off are the closest ones.
The closest ones, I think on night 6, I would say are at least 2 miles distant. I'm not sure where like the horizon is. Is that like 20? How far away can you see smoke? They're
Give it to us in a term
Probably
of
more than
days
2.
travel if we know that the mountain is 4 days travel from us. Can we...
If the mountain is 4 days travel from us, they are probably 1 to 2 days travel from us.
It says
I
that
would say
smoke can be seen from as far away as 50 miles, depending on how.
Okay,
big
I'm stick with that. 1 to 2 days travel.
That feels good. That feels good.
I would
I'd
say
also
we stay on the road for 1 more day, and then we're gonna have to be more cautious.
Is there somewhere we can hide Stuve and the wagon while we're out doing this thing?
Yeah, I think, well, we would probably leave Barson with Stu in the wagon somewhere protected.
Like we hike on foot from here, maybe?
I would
Wasn't
say
the
we do
idea to
another day
pretend
in
to
the
be a
wagon.
band?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we were being a mobile band.
I mean, we can change that
No,
idea.
I totally forgot
this-
about it.
My thought would just be that, like, why would the band ditch their wagon?
No, I mean 100%. I actually totally forgot
Yeah,
about the
why
band
would
idea.
you rob a
That is a fair point. I had
Why
forgotten
would-
that
Don't have
piece of
nothing.
puzzle.
All right, I guess we'll need to start donning our band disguises and practicing. Has anyone been practicing their instruments last 6 days? I look at Give.
Let me give
And
it a
Margery.
roll. Let's see. Let me give it a roll. Damn, nat 20! I am the best player
Wow.
of the squeeze horn you've ever heard.
D&D's so hard. You go,
I say, here,
Margery.
how does this sound? And I whip out the squeeze horn and I play a little ditty.
I'm truly blown away. I'm truly blown away. That's awesome. That is so cool. Oh my
do I get
God.
bardic inspiration?
Do
Just to-
I?
My back pocket, if I ever distract anybody with my squeeze horn, I can just whip that out and sneak charm my way.
I did not hear it at all along the way here, Margery, but I'm pleased that you have been practicing while I have maybe been asleep. That is
Can
incredible.
I be honest? This is the first time.
A natural, then.
Natural squeeze horn talent. What can I say?
A natural. I'm glad I put all that time into it.
To back that up, Gib rolled a 19.
Hell
Is-
yes.
So,
Uh,
Evil little
his attempt to
duo.
play the strange, complicated thing that you've made for him.
Yeah.
And it's got glass bowls. It's got what else is part of it?
So it's like an accordion in that you push it in and out. It's made from like a bellows for a smithy, and whenever he pushes it in and out, it rotates the glass bowls. He has to re-wet the cloth so that it continues to make that harmonic noise. But he's good at it now, I guess.
Yeah, no, he's got the action. He's got like one hand and his tail working the bellows, and then his other hand is like manipulating the cloth and the bowls and like tapping things. It makes sort of an eerie atmospheric sound when like all of the bits are working together.
As soon as I start hearing that, Haribo starts whipping out the synth and they start like harmonizing perfectly because like that sounds like a natural synth versus a mechanic synth. That's very fun.
Yeah, it's like I
guess Haribo has to see
there's sounds in like the 60s era Scooby-Doo television show.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck
yeah. That are
We
like
had the
sort of
same
manual sound effects. Yeah.
Haribo's isn't that great. He got a 12, but he says I'll work on it. I haven't been working because honestly I didn't think you guys would be, but I will get it together. Holy cow!
I tell Gib I'm proud of him, and when no one's looking, I sneak him a piece of my stolen meat
Nice.
because he did a
Your
good job.
7-day-old stolen meat.
It's dried. It's fine.
Right now.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. You don't know about it.
Mind your business. She
know
said
about
when
my
no
stolen
one's
meat.
looking. Not even you, Mike.
Oh, I think by day 6, we all know where the stolen meat is.
That's
Listen,
awesome.
in my mind, this was all like dried meats that were for sale, not like.
Yeah. Have you been in a hot wagon with dried meat for 6 days?
It's not
You
very
know?
dry anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I
Wet
give
meat.
him some of my wet
Wet
from
meat.
the humidity meat. Does he want it or no?
Yeah, no, he's gonna snarf it no matter what. The ending of the sentence was always going to be Gib eats the meat.
I say very quietly, I'm proud of you, my minion.
Master.
Oh.
Hail Velshroon.
Hey, what are you guys whispering about?
Secret stuff.
Oh, all right.
So I think these next days, I think day 7, there is a distinct change between in the countryside. I think there are signs of like any trees that are around. There are signs that many of them have been cut down. There is perhaps the sense that at one point there was a forest around these parts, but the environment has been taxed in a way that it could not sustain. The fires or the smoke are no longer as often in front of you. They're sometimes now off to the sides of you. And someone make a check to determine if we have any sort of event.
What kind of check do you want?
Be
Yeah,
ready
what
to
kind
go
of check?
this time around. Yeah, tell me what check I just rolled for.
Survival, I suppose, or perception, or
It's the same for both of those. It's 19.
Nice. Another solid roll.
Yeah, I've rolled twice and both solid. I will take it.
Yeah, that makes what I rolled irrelevant.
I'm up front with Barson this time.
Good narrative driving.
Boston, it's sort of spooky out here now.
Carson's gotta be
after we
fucking
get this-
exhausted. Sorry.
Maybe after we get this check situated, maybe you could tell me a story. Keep my mind off things.
yeah, Sparkleoneous. I can tell you. You know my repertoire of stories. You've heard them many a time. As we've
Yeah, I
traveled
want to
these
hear one
lonely
about
roads.
college. You know, curse
you want
college.
to hear about
Me
old
and my
Squelch
dad. Yeah.
and
I always
Bumblebee
like to hear about
Thomulus.
him. Yeah, Bumblebee Thomulus.
Hey, nope.
That's the one.
Yay, nope. Can't say it 3 times.
Yeah, or else
Now you
he'll
get cursed.
appear.
Amateur.
At
move.
where? Bumblebee Omnibulus?
No way! Seriously, you can't say it.
Haribo
Say what? Bumblebee Omnibulus? I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
who's-
figure out why I
so
should
what
not
happens-
say Bumblebee Omnibulus.
Who's
So what
Robin
happens to him?
Okay.
What happens to Margery? Oh no.
All right.
Say his name.
Everyone said his name except me.
I tried.
What time is this conversation taking place?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. So we're still in the cart.
Oh wait, is this
Yep,
an
that's
actual
why everyone
thing that
heard-
I've fucked up?
It is now.
Oh no.
Said his name
Curse
3
College.
times.
We did
Oh,
say Curse College.
In my
we said
defen-
Curse College a lot.
In my defense, I didn't actually say his name. I tried to say it, but I got it really wrong. I think I called him Romulambulance.
Romulomulus.
I do also like Romulomulus.
That's a different curse.
Shit.
How do I resolve this?
Good
Haribo
question.
Haribo just got cursed. That'll teach you to believe in magic.
Oops.
Now we're
I've
gonna have to go to
progressed
curse
my-
college to get rid of your curse.
Personal story. My quest ping goes off. God damn it.
Okay, Barson's driving. Barson has to make a dexterity.
I love the idea of the person that doesn't believe in magic getting cursed.
Especially because it's from a thing that I, as the player, didn't believe also that would happen when I said that. And the fact that it's taking more than
It's
the amount of
happening.
time it should to pass that fun joke I made is not making me a player
Every joke has
super
its
pleased.
price.
Okay, so as you say Bomblefee Thomulomulus for the third time,
Fuck.
the fourth time you say it is drowned out by a large cracking sound as just like the side of the hill that you are driving by attempts to collapse down on top of you. Fortunately, Barson rolled an 18 to giddy on up Stoof and just like jump the wagon out of the way. But like some rocks and shit do get into the back of the wagon. And I think anyone like looking out the back of the wagon sees letters appear in an electric blue fire in the air. And the letters say, "Respect the name, Robarson."
Haribo is not looking out the back of the wagon at that point. He does not
Thaddeus
see
says,
that.
and he's quite confused as to what the hell's going on.
So, did he do the blue fire this time? I made that mistake the first time I heard
Boston,
about
you
First
have to be
College.
careful. Apparently there are loose rocks in the area, and you have to drive a little bit slower. Be careful on this road.
You're gonna
please.
curse us, moron.
He doesn't
Don't
even
say
know what
his
I'm
name.
talking about.
Yeah, you're gonna get a curse
Don't
on
say
us.
Boston? Is there a problem
No.
with saying Boston? Should I
No,
not
the
say
other thing
Boston?
you
Oh,
said.
which one?
Don't say Boston 3 times either. Oh no!
No, no! To be honest, I don't even remember.
To say you can't say his name, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna give you a bad example like I did just before. Now, I didn't think that was gonna play out that way.
Honestly,
Yeah, no,
I don't
that's
even
really
remember his
cool.
name at this point, so that's the best is to not remind me.
Good.
Is it a stacking thing? Like, if I accidentally say it again, is that the 5th time, or does it restart?
You don't want to know.
No, I do. It's
actually don't
important.
know.
Oh,
Yeah, I said it earlier, but
No, it can't. It has to reset.
it
cannot
resets,
be-
right?
It has to reset.
How long is the timer on that? Has it reset? Like, if I just accidentally
I
figured
don't
it out.
know. Why don't you try it out? Don't try it out. Don't try it out. It was a joke.
All right. I don't even remember his name anyway, so we can move on.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So let's just hear a different story.
Well, once upon a time, we were at Curse College, and Squelch got a D for his applied curse work. And old BT, you know who I'm talking about. He said, "You D's are for ducks."
These
And he
My favorite phrase.
and he turned him into 2 gigantic testicles.
Good follow up.
No, he turned him into a dude-sized duck for a while. Man, your mom at the time, she was not happy. Made him do his homework from then on.
Yeah, she didn't want to hear him quack anymore. That's a good one.
Yep, I didn't agree to date a duck. That's what she said.
And she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't. She's a powerful woman.
I'm a powerful woman, and I wanted this strong, clever raven person, not a duck.
Not this weak
Yeah.
duck.
You can tell this duck's never done an honest day's work in his life.
Or his homework.
Or his homework. Yeah, good story, Barson.
No way.
Sparkle claps. Sorry.
We were seeing if the train was safe, and then we got waylaid by curses. But I think we're pulling over for the night. I think that's what was happening.
Yeah, we were moving through the terrain, seeing the fires on either side of us.
Is
Yeah.
there anything we can put on the side of our wagon that says like Sparkleoneous and Co. or whatever, like as a disguise? As like,
No. Margery, you forgot. Our name is Kissing Booth.
Got it.
Fantastic.
Okay, so you
We
guys
are
are
the
going to be
sex
the band.
bombs.
Called the Kissing
Okay.
Booth,
Kiss.
You guys are Kissing Booth.
featuring horn, synth,
That
squeeze
thing.
horn, and accordion.
And Gib.
Accordion.
That is quite a sound.
Gib on the bullcordion.
But
And
two of us
course
are
we've
great
got
at it.
Thaddeus playing the security.
Two of us are
Yeah.
great at our
Keys,
instruments.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll get him a tight black T-shirt.
Okay.
It's pretty
I mean, he's got a set of midriff armor. It's pretty
That's right.
pretty solid,
That's true. He's already set.
leaving a lasting
I can
impression.
tie some
for certain.
tassels on the bottom of it, but, you know.
You could write in Sharpie on the lower stomach security.
All right, who's keeping
Okay.
first watch?
I can.
Thaddeus will take first
Thaddeus,
watch.
you should take first watch.
Why, thank you, Haribo.
No, thank you. I'm gonna conk out for a little bit. Wake me when you need someone to cover.
Indeed.
Are you gonna take your overalls off again? Or
No,
is that
no.
just
I'm
for
not. I'm not
fun?
in a room. That's Is that something?
Technically,
Are
it
you
was your
asking
house that you
Haribo?
took them
Haribo
off
says
earlier.
no. That's only for private residence. You don't wear pants in someone's private residence.
Huh.
You don't?
You shouldn't.
Well, Sparkleoneous,
It's
you
just
never
polite.
wear pants.
Sparkleoneous, you're always doing it, and that's kind. When you're in someone's private residence, I'd say when you're not, it might be a little weird, but when you're in there, it's perfect. But I'm not in there right now, no, Margery. I would like to keep my clothes on if that's all right.
I would prefer that.
Making it a little weird over here.
You're the one that took your pants off in front of us.
I was, again, in a private residence, in my own private residence.
You guys could have your own separate sub podcast called "Making It Weird."
Featuring Margery and Haribo.
It's Thaddeus, so perception checks for Thaddeus. You know, everyone else is going to bed, I suppose.
I'll be in the bucket.
What is 18?
18.
This does not bode well for my combat rolls.
With an 18, you are alert throughout the night. You don't see anyone come close, but based on the distance and the movement patterns of the fires, the torch fires that you can see, you are almost certain that wherever you guys stop tomorrow night, you will be discovered. And whether you guys want to preempt that or what you want to do about it, it seems like the clock is now ticking to where you will be discovered one way or another.
I will
Unless
share
you wanna
that with the
stuff
group
it up.
in the morning.
Margery,
Ooh.
on night number 7, Margery, you have another dream, and in the dream you are in Zogmoth's laboratory. And Zogmoth's laboratory has a big cinder block style black fire pit in the middle with a big spit onto which can be placed various different alchemical tools. But you are sitting off to the side at your assistant's table. You've got the big mortar and pestle that he used to have you grind all the different reagents and unguents. And you've got the kit full of special knives for the special knife work. And also sitting at the table is Zogmoth. And this is unusual. Zogmoth almost never sat at the table with you. But Zogmoth is sitting at the table, and he's staring at you intently. And he says, "Why aren't you listening to Lord Velsharoon's commands?
I am. I'm going towards the mountain.
You may be going towards a mountain, but you are traveling away from the object that Lord Velsharoon wants you to claim.
Can you remind me again what that object is, Zogmoth?
It's been a long time since I haven't listened to any of the episodes.
Me neither, Zogmoth. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Awesome.
Zogmoth, an image appears from your previous dream of the stairs descending into darkness.
Oh, at the Diggins?
No. Did you see any stairs descending into darkness at the Diggins?
No.
No, just a big hole.
These are just stairs leading to somewhere. Where do I remember where this is?
You've not been there yet. You don't know.
Okay.
We've not found these stairs, but according to Zogmoth, you are now traveling away from.
Do you have any other, like, where this is? Any more details, Zogmoth, my old friend, sort of? Sounds about right.
Rude.
Got him.
Always so rude. But not to worry. I can come down and keep an eye on things in your place if you want to go on your own adventure. We all had wild youths. I understand.
See, the way you say it, Zogmoth, makes me feel like you're not pleased.
Well, I do prefer to be working on my own work in my tower, but when my special little apprentice needs old Zogmoth's help, as it appears that you do, wandering away from the task Lord Velsharoon has set you.
How was I supposed to know I was wandering away? I don't even know where these stairs are.
That is exactly part of why I'm being such a good mentor and coming down to fill in for you.
Where are you going?
Marty en route. Just wanted to give you a heads up that your spot, whatever you're investigating near Decrum, I will look in your place, and I can just tell you all the things I found.
Alright, are you just gonna look? Are you gonna be secret, Zogmoth?
Don't worry, the native populace will not have any idea that I'm there until I'm gone.
Alright, did you hear I have a minion on accident?
Congratulations on your first minion. Yes, I felt him in the weave, the necro weave.
You're a grand, mentor.
Grand mentor, I like that a lot. I'll have to meet my grand mentee Gib at some point soon.
Any other wisdom, advice, grave tidings to bring?
Watch out around Mondane. He doesn't know where your power comes from, and that makes him suspicious.
Alright, I appreciate it. Thank you, Zogmoth. I'll tell Scarf you said hi.
Yes.
Or is Scarf also in this dream? Because he's undead.
Scarf is not in the dream, neither is Gib. Happy hunting. I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, you too, Zogmoth.
And the dream's over.
Sogmoth versus Mondane the Beach Wizard next episode.
Gonna off-screen one of them.
It's just Gabe versus Gabe.
Day number 8, and we are definitely now in.
What do you tell us?
Like-
do you tell us anything, Margery? What happens when you wake up?
That's a good
Also,
question,
Thaddeus, what do
guys.
you say when we wake up?
I would tell you what I noticed overnight with the movement of the torches, and that by the time we camp the following night, we are going to be discovered. So we need to make sure we have our story straight. And we also need to be prepared the story doesn't hold up and we're going to have to fight our way out.
Yeah, of course. I say when we set up camp this evening, we set it up as a traveling performance group. Make sure that we hold to the disguise.
In other news, should be fine. But my mentor, my lord and savior, has sent me on a mission, and I guess I'm on the right course. But my mentor is popping in around Decrum to keep an eye on things.
I'm sorry, what?
No clue what will happen. He's told me they're not going to know, but I don't know if I believe him. But just figured I'd let y'all know. Things
Margery,
might be...
I have no idea who you're talking about.
That's right.
What
My
kind
mentor.
of
Margery, I don't
mentor-
think I even know you anymore.
Margery, what kind of mentor are you talking about? What do you do? I've seen you
I
heal a
thought you
little
were
bit.
an urchin.
You kind of you give these urchin vibes.
I've been told I give off urchin vibes. He taught me all the things I know, and he our master has told him that I guess I'm going in the wrong direction. Not that I knew, because prophetic dreams, am I right? But it's fine. I just figured I'd keep y'all in the loop that he's popping in near Decrum. And he also warned me that we should keep a weary eye of Mundane, which is the second time we've heard that. So...
Huh. I wonder who else was saying something along those lines. I think I might get along with your master, whoever they are. We should maybe get to the bottom of what they have been mentoring you in, because all I've seen you do is slit a kobold's throat.
You've seen me turn people to dust with my bell.
And turn people... That's a good point. That's a good thing to point out that I've seen you do. It's a murder and a dusting, and then you killed Gib and you healed him up in some form or fashion, so...
The Gib thing was an accident.
Bringing him back or killing him?
Killing him. I thought he was a not nice kobold. In my defense...
And what is he now?
He's our little buddy.
A little buddy. All right.
I like little buddy. Little buddy Gib.
Is this master someone that we need to worry about? Does Decrum need to be worried about this mentor of yours?
I don't think so. But just in cases, if things are a little weird when we get back, we'll know why. But I think it should be fine.
Just in cases. All right.
Okay.
That does not make me rest
I'm glad
easy.
you came with us.
Shit.
Well, if it wasn't going to be different whenever we came back the first time, now it's definitely going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
It should be fine.
And we're going to bring all these goblins back to it.
It should be just fine. Are we going to commit, moving forward with this great plan that we have, are we committing to this faux band situation? Because if so, then it would not make sense for us to leave the cart behind. But if shit hits the fan, can Barson and Stuve be all right with that? I speak mostly for Stuve because Stuve is an animal. Does speak for himself.
But Stuve's also a camel and also Barson's specific camel. So I think Stuve's a pretty cool customer.
Stuve takes a drag of a cigarette.
Would it be a camel cigarette?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
That was my horse.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all night.
Extra wide.
Yeah, no, he's down for whatever except generally pulling the cart.
Hey, Parson, it's your turn. The harness.
I mean, if things hit the
all right.
fan, we slap Boss and we slap Stuve on the ass and send him a running.
No, and we also
Boss
slap
and
Barson, yeah.
Stuve gives you a dirty look.
Flash forward to like an episode and a half from now, and someone is slapping. Someone is slapping Haribo. Okay. Person and Stuve are A-okay with it. Are we committed to rolling as a band?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the skills for it.
That's our
I
plan.
think we maintain the ruse until we see that the ruse has been seen through, and then we just rumble.
Yep.
So, we're traveling in the wagon. Are we attempting to be stealthy in any way? Are we just sort of doing our thing?
No, I think we're a traveling band. We're coming up the road. We're coming to play the mountain.
Yeah, there should be some music coming out of the wagon.
We see smokestack, so why wouldn't we come over here to play the mountain?
Now, is that Sparkleoneous or is that the squeeze horn?
No, this is the squeeze horn. Sparkleoneous can make that noise too, but he chooses not to. That's your territory now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, instead of group stealth check, let's get a group performance check.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. Yes. And Sparkleoneous is gonna give Bardic Inspiration to... I don't think Margery needs it. Let's give it to...
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She rolled a 20.
Let's give it to Gib. So Gib, for your ability check, you can re-roll it. You get advantage on your Bardic Inspiration dice.
Hooray! Okay, so Gib is also... I guess Gib is part of the band, yeah.
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 He's
Gib's
the
playing.
Yeah, he is.
Do you need a performance check from Thaddeus as security?
Intimidation check, it sounds like.
Yeah, intimidation check. How
Alright.
Yeah, how secure is the security?
That would be a 15.
This is an all-optics mission.
Yeah.
15.
Mine is only a 14.
Harbo got a 21.
19 plus
Wow.
1 for us.
I
me.
picked correctly.
Gib has rolled a 5.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Get D6 with advantage.
Is this on top of my roll?
Yep. It's a Bardic Inspiration. So you get to roll a D6 twice to take the highest. So my College of Creation. And a little mote of light, a little yellow bubble pops, and it makes a little note.
Yeah, you buoy him all the way up to a 10. Yeah,
Sorry.
Gib's no longer a problem.
Passable.
Yeah, okay. So you guys are all in the wagon. Em is laying down a 6 synthesizer beat with Margery just like honking her horn at the best intervals, but not the most frequent intervals. It's sort of like jazz, what you're doing, Margery, which fits somehow. Sparkleoneous is playing his horn. Like an average for Sparkleoneous is a really solid for anybody else. So like a 14, you are just kind of riffing on this unexpected but excellent setup, and Thaddeus is, low-key flexing and glowering at the middle distance.
What song are we playing?
It sounds like we're just
when
riffing.
the band comes to town, a freestyle.
The band went
My
down to the
favorite.
mountain.
The devil went down to Georgia, but it's the band went to the
That
mountain.
was exactly it, yeah.
Well, the band went down the mountain and they were looking for a song to play.
To play.
Goblins to steal. They were in a bind because they.
No, don't mention goblins.
Don't mention goblins.
It's the one thing you can't sing about.
Nobody's singing. I realized we don't have a singer in our group.
Sparkleoneous
Oh,
sings.
that was Sparkleoneous.
Yeah,
Oh, I see,
Sparkleoneous can
okay.
sing and play the horn. I can open
Got
as
it,
many
got it, got it.
orifices on my body as I need to.
Foul.
Nice.
Okay.
Foul.
I've got a special body.
I'm built different.
I'm a little bit of a problem to look at.
And imagine.
And then I think someone's also got to give we got to get like perception checks. We are still like.
Oh yeah.
I think if any of the musicians do it, you have disadvantage. Thaddeus, you don't. You're looking out.
Yeah, Sparkleoneous has got his eyes closed.
He is 17 from Thaddeus.
Easy.
Nice.
11 for Haribo.
That's only a 5. I'm really proud of how well I'm doing on my horn.
Yeah, the musicians are mostly musicianing. Thaddeus, as you're looking up ahead, we crest a hill, and you see that the trail kind of goes downhill and it rounds a bend and it goes down into a valley. And you know from your time pre-guard, because you have a soldier background, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember from sort of your soldier times tactically that this spot, down in this valley where we're headed, if there's going to be an ambush or a way stop or something coming up, this is where it would be.
Well, I would share that as low-key as I can with the group to not disturb the illusion of our handness.
I think we prepare and push forward. Can we prepare an
Keep
action for
active?
an ambush? Yeah, keep acting, but like,
I've got my scythe in my lap.
yeah, be
ready.
tense for an ambush. All my shit comes from my belt anyway, where my synth is.
I cast spells by playing music.
Exactly.
So you're good to go. You are primed and ready.
We are prepared. Thanks for the lookout, Thaddeus.
Okay.
Thaddeus will unsling his axe and put it in his lap.
Nice. Then you come down and around the corner of this trail, and you go down into the valley. And down into the valley, there's like a little hut. There's a gnome there with a beard. He's standing on top of a fence post, and he waves at you as you're coming by. He says, "Hey, slow down. Talk to me."
All right. Well, as a band, we would slow down and talk to him because we would want to promote the show.
Indeed, friend. Hello.
Yeah, I just wanted to sort of give you a heads up about something.
Oh, yeah, we're going to play a show on the mountain. You want to come by? We can give you a comp ticket. I look at Sparkleoneous and wink.
Absolutely, we've got comps. We're called Kissing Booth.
Kissing booth. Yeah, okay. Sparkleoneous, I suppose, is the last one who talked. Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
And anyone who wants to, give me a perception check here.
Sparkleoneous said it more like,
That's 20 from Thaddeus.
Yes.
We're called Kissing Booth? Because I rolled a 9 total.
Kissing.
17 for perception.
Gentleman's 20 on a perception.
The gnome looks at you and he sort of leans back a little bit with his hands on his hips and he squints up at you and he sighs and he says, "Well, I wish that had been more believable because you made some great music coming down, but I don't, it didn't sound like you understood your own name there for a second, so I think that If
Well,
anything
no, it's
else,
just that we switch it up a lot, friend. First we were Sparkleoneous and the Bandits, and now we are Kissing Booth. We're looking for the right name to fit our vibe. We might even change it from Kissing Booth before we make it to the mountain. I was thinking of the Rat Pack, but no one seems to enjoy that.
Which one of you is Sparkleoneous?
Oh, that's me. Hello.
Hi, Sparkleoneous. I happen to like the second name. You guys can be Sparkleoneous and we can be the Bandits.
Yeah.
And he sets off a wave, he throws his hat in the air, and the trap that the rest of you have perhaps spotted with your great perception checks that you were sitting in the middle of goes off. 2 big logs come from the sides of the road behind you.
Haribo has flashbacks.
Right.
Not more logs.
More logs, and they crash together, sealing the path behind you, and about 12 bandits who were loosely concealed in the surrounding hills pop up and say, "We'll give you an escort from here. How about that?"
Thanks for listening to this episode of Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice, A Wider World, DM'd by Theodore Stringer. The players this season are Lawrence Jennings as Sparkleoneous, Grace Stringer as Margery Ridgeback, Mike Harrison as Thaddeus Ofkoot, and myself, M. Williams as Haribo Tamagotchi. Additionally, this season we have Soundscapes composed by Tyler David Poe, band music composed by myself, M. Williams, and loads of additional music and sound effects that you can find down in the credits below. You can listen to older seasons of the show, or even bonus episodes, over on Patreon, where you can support us directly by becoming a member. The URL is patreon.com/ddadpodcast. That's patreon.com/ddadpodcast. There, we also make all sorts of unique and impactful material for your D&D home games. The band starts their first tour together next time on August 22nd. Talk to you folks then.
Barson comes over, he's like, "You learn how to play that and you can be a star."
He does know. He's a nice manager.
Margery
He's
shoves
seen it
it
all.
deep into her bag. Deep.
That is
That's so fucking funny.